How much does an international student spend in a month? There is no need to Google that. I'm going to tell you in this video. Let's begin. Hello guys, my name is George Wilkinson and I'd like to welcome you back to this channel. This is the Global Scholar YouTube channel. If you're new to this channel, I share useful information for anyone planning to study abroad. And so if you love stuff like this, please subscribe and let's keep growing this community together. Now, I've realized that a lot of individuals who want to come to the UK to study are looking for information just like this so that they can plan well before they come, which is a very good thing you should do. You must always plan just so that you don't find yourself sliding down that trouble hole. So the way I'm going to go about this is that I'm going to use myself as an example. I'm going to tell you how my budget was or how much I spent in a month, and then you can use that as a guide for yourself. Now, I also want you to bear in mind that no situations or two individuals are the same. Obviously, there will be different situations and different needs. First off, rent. Now, when I first came to the UK, I lived in a shared apartment. It was a 2-bedroom I shared with another colleague who was studying at the Robert Gordon University. The rent for this place was £530 per month. Which meant that we had to split it £265, and so every month I paid £265 and he also paid £265. So we both moved into the apartment in October, and February the following year we both moved out and I found a 1-bedroom apartment purposely for students, which was a steal. And at this new place my monthly rent was £200, £65 less than what I was previously paying at the old place. Again, this 1-bedroom was a steal. The price I got it at that time, I could not get it anywhere else. And I think since then, the price of that apartment has gone up. I think it has doubled. At this point in time, I don't think there's any place in Aberdeen where you can find a 1-bedroom apartment for below £300. These days, all the decent 1-bedroom apartments in Aberdeen range from £400 and upwards. And so, like I've said in previous videos, sometimes it makes sense to join forces with a friend or a colleague and then rent a 2-bedroom house together, because currently a 2-bedroom house in Aberdeen costs anywhere from £550 and upwards, which means that you guys get to split and it is a bit cheaper. Number 2, energy. Now, believe me, energy is one of the most expensive things here in the UK. Energy bills are just crazy. Now, in my first shared apartment, I remember quite clearly that the bill was around £120 per month, which we, somehow thought it was expensive. I don't know, I think we were just new and we thought this was expensive. This was from one supplier. I don't want to mention their names, but we hurriedly moved on to another supplier and we soon realized that we had made one of the biggest mistakes of our lives. And then the following month's bill was probably 3 times what we had actually been paying. So energy bills, ridiculous. Now, when I moved to my 1-bedroom apartment where I was staying all by myself, fortunately for me, the apartment had a prepaid meter, which meant that I had to buy energy for myself. And this includes both electricity and gas for heating. Now, over there, averagely, I was spending £15 each on gas and electricity, which meant that every week I spent about £30. So in a month, that amounted to £120. So living by myself, my monthly energy bill was around £120 per month. Number 3, food. How much can one estimate to spend on food in a month? In my personal opinion, I think that food is one of the cheapest things here in the UK. Not local food from Africa, but food that is sold in shops in Asda, Sainsbury's, and all these other shops right here in the UK. And if you decide to, put a bit of mathematics in your shopping, you realize that you're going to save a lot of money. Another pointer or tip here is that if you move away from the brands that you are sometimes familiar with and buy the brands of these shops, realize that they are far more cheaper than the brands that you are familiar with. So a bit of switching around can save you a bit of money. African food or food from Africa or from the homeland is mind-blowingly expensive. It can be very expensive. And so if you want to have a taste of home, then you must be willing to dig deep into your pocket. Now, personally, I realized that on average, I was spending not more than £15 a week on groceries. However, whenever I decided to, sample a taste of African delight, I ended up spending a bit more. So on average, I could spend about 80 to 90 pounds, including African groceries as well. Number 4, internet. I'll say that the internet is not quite as expensive in the UK. That's my personal opinion anyway. The very first place I stayed at, the 2-bedroom I stayed at, it didn't have internet connectivity, and so we had to connect this ourselves, myself and my flatmate, and this cost somewhere around £25 per month, and this was limitless, which meant that there was no cap to it. We could stream as much as we want and download and do whatever that we want. But averagely in the UK here, when you subscribe to an average broadband, it ranges from anywhere between £20 to £30. My second flat that I moved to, it was complimentary, so it had complimentary free Wi-Fi. I didn't have to pay for internet, and even where I am currently, it's also complimentary. I'm not paying for internet, so it saves me a great deal. So sometimes when you're looking for accommodation, check out my videos on how to secure accommodation in the UK. Link in the card on the screen there somewhere in the description box below. Sometimes some of these landlords toss in complimentary free Wi-Fi, and it's just a bonus. So it's not mandatory for them to do that, but some just do. So look out for accommodations with that sort of offers. Next, call plan. So obviously when you come to the UK, one of the things that you need to get is a SIM card, some sort of call plan that will allow you to make calls and have internet on the go. Do not just buy a SIM card and not get on any package because you think that you just rely on WhatsApp calls when you are inside your house. But bear in mind that when you leave your home, you will also need the internet on the go, and sometimes you will have to call a friend, a colleague or whatever. So you absolutely need to buy a call plan. Now, when I got here, I immediately got a Leica mobile SIM and subscribed to a package that cost me about £12 per month for unlimited calls, unlimited texts, and a monthly data package of I think 5 gig. That is to cater for when I go out or when I'm on the go and I have to use the internet. 5 gig a month is more than enough for me. But they also have other packages where you can subscribe to unlimited calls, unlimited text, and unlimited data, which costs a little bit more. I think that's about £20 per month. And so if that is something that you're looking at, you can absolutely go for that package. But of course, there are several telecommunication companies all across the UK that you can subscribe to. Now, let's talk about transportation. And by transportation, I mean bus service to get you around town. So when I first came in as a student in Aberdeen, the bus fare was £3.70 for a day pass. And so once you pay this £3.70, you could board the bus for the entire day, go anywhere and everywhere with, the first bus. That's the bus that operates here in Aberdeen. You can, jump onto the bus, hop off the bus, go anywhere and everywhere for the entire day. Now, I have made a video about how to use the bus in Aberdeen. I'll link it in the description box below. You can go ahead and check it out. But recently I realized that, the bus pass, the price of the bus fare has increased. I think that they are now charging £3.85 or something for students. So that's the student rate. So during my studies, I lived close to campus, but whenever I needed to go to the city center, it meant that I had to buy a bus pass. And so averagely, I could visit the city center probably 3 times in a week. Put the total on the screen there somewhere. And so if I use the bus service 3 times a week for a month, then the math should be probably just around 45, averagely around £45 per month. But hey, who needs the bus? You can always walk. Oh God. The next point, outings. I think that you should, put that in your budget there somewhere, because it would be an absolute shame to come, to study in the UK and not explore the UK or visit at least the places around you. Now, mind you, where you want to go will determine how much you really will spend. And so personally, I went to places in and around Aberdeen, visited the castle, visited the park, visited the beach, had hangouts or eat out with friends. And so every month, this costed me somewhere between £30 to £50. depending on where we went and what we did. But like I'm saying, if you want something far more interesting like that, say a trip to London, a 1-week trip to London, or even a trip to Spain, Italy, or whatever, then you must be willing to shell out a bit more than just a couple of 20 and 50 pounds. Clothing. This is very relative. I might get some stick in the comment section below, but you know, women tend to shop a bit more than guys. So personally, I'm not much of a shopaholic when it comes to clothing. I just tend to buy as and when I need, you know, something maybe to go out or to go on a trip or something. But on average, if you typically don't need to, you know, change your wardrobe every month, then spending anywhere between 40 to 60 pounds a month, you know, to just get a new shirt, a new jacket, you know, one new jeans, or maybe one new Adidas. I love Adidas, by the way. Then you should be fine. All right, before I sign out, let me just say that also have some money for miscellaneous. You never know what you need to cough money up for. For that, I can't say how much that should be, but that would be up to you. Now, realistically speaking, if you're going to be living on your own, you're not going for a student accommodation, you're going to get your own accommodation, and you know, go through all the steps that I spoke about, you know, using myself as an example, you should have at least £650 to spend every month. Could that be less? Yes. Could you also spend more? Yes. Also bear in mind that in other places in the UK, it's far more expensive. Rent is far more expensive in London and in other bigger cities like Birmingham and Manchester, and so, you know, have that at the back of your mind. But as a student, at the end of the day, you need to quickly learn and adopt some strategies that will ensure that you are able to stretch your money a little bit further. So in the description box below, I have provided links to 2 videos. One is about saving money on food, and the second is about saving money generally as a student in the UK. So you can go ahead and check those videos out. I'm happy you stuck around to the end of the video. If this video brought you any value whatsoever, please smash the like button and put in the comment section any questions or comments you may have. If you haven't subscribed, please, what are you waiting for? Subscribe, 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 subscribe. And until I come your way again with another video, my name is George. Peace. Bye-bye.